Another very special facility dog is Mitz. Mitz works at the Chesterfield Juvenile and Domestic Relations Court, providing comfort and relieving stress for witnesses who are testifying and also for staff and, yes, even attorneys. When assisting with witnesses, for example, Mitz has the incredible ability, and this is amazing, to read their emotional state and immediately yet quietly approach the witness to put his head on their lap as they testify. As many of the witnesses providing testimony are children and young adults, Mitz's role is extremely important in easing the stress and the trauma. Mitz has also comforted several clerks when they experience exceptionally stressful days, which unfortunately, as you might imagine, in a court setting is quite often. One clerk that said that Mitz brings light to the whole courthouse and even at times a few chuckles. One time during a hearing, Mitz was napping on his bed behind his handler, Judge Minton. Most of the courtroom was not aware that Mitz was there, and suddenly Mitz let out a room-shaking snore. The clerk and the deputies thought that was hilarious. We're glad they have a sense of humor. Judge Minton says that the very best thing about this partnership with Mitz is seeing the joy and relief of the staff, the attorneys, and witnesses who interact with him. You can see the tension just leaving the room. Mitz is a very loving dog. He loves his job. He is super smart and extremely sensitive. He loves to play, find it, and to play fetch. And most of all, he loves to be with and help his people. Team Mitz and the Chesterfield Juvenile and Domestic Relations Court is dedicated to the Amy Elizabeth Loth Charitable Foundation.
As far as the people who work in the courthouse, it's changed the tenor completely. People are so happy to see him every morning. People are yelling out, "Hey, Mitz, how you doing?" And then they all want to come by and see him. And so even when they're not having a terrible day, generally he has regular visitors who come by. We've had defense attorneys who have bought him dog toys. The word has gotten around very quickly that you can't give him treats. So stuffed chew toys are very popular. We have a bunch of those. The victim witness people brought him a card and some toys. And at the bottom of the card said, "Judge Minton, you're okay too." So he's the popular one. But then when you are having a very rough or stressful day, he's just perfect with that. He reads the body language so well, and he goes right up. He's learned go visit very quickly, so he'll go right up. He's a leaner, as you know, so he will lean right in, and he just gives the comfort that you need. And I've been really amazed at how much comfort the other judges have gotten from him. They have utilized him more than I thought. So I think that's just fantastic. So that's the people who work here. Then the kids who show up, it's just even another level up. They will come borrow mitts and walk around with the kids, to the point where the kids are even asking, "Can I come back to court to see him again?" So he's doing such a good job with lowering their stress level and giving them something to think about other than what they are here to do. He's just been perfect. The very first young lady who had to come back into judges' chambers to talk, and it's kind of a sterile business feeling place with people in ties, and it's not a comfortable place. Very first young lady, she's about 13 years old. She sits down, and he immediately, without me saying anything, walked right over to her, put his head right in her lap, and just stood there the whole time she was talking, and she was rubbing his ears kind of like this. And it was exactly what she needed right then. And so at the end of it, I asked her, how did you feel when you had to come back and talk to me? And she said, "I felt like I was dying inside." And I asked, "Did Mitz help?" And she said, "So much. I don't think I could have done it without him." The amount of work and clearly love that has been put into Mitz, it's just amazing. I mean, he is the most loving dog. And that is clearly a result of being loved as he's been trained and as he's grown up. And I know as well that they don't need to worry. He is still a complete knucklehead when he's not working. He's the biggest goofball that you can find. If he is not convincing me to go through, do the chuck it for him, he is throwing the ball around the house himself. So he is very loved both here and at home. thank you for starting him on that path, and it makes it so much easier for us to continue him on that path.